do not socialize outside of that. Well, like that's a little backwards in that area. It's like we wouldn't. Good. Oh, wow.
It's kind of unfathomable that there's places that are like that stuff.
It's crazy.
Like we're just so not used to that here, but like other places, like
It's amazing. That is nice.
It is.
We went down. With the kids.
I'll go over the bridge.
Oh, it is not, like, this is just painful. So, I may just abandon efforts. I've made every effort to put you back online, but it's not, so, gotta go.
We still have our minutes that will be posted.
See how we're gonna have a choice, because it just doesn't want to cooperate, and I gotta go. The end of the day. Oh, no, we're live. So I'll just, you can carry on. I'll just share the screen. Actually.
There were some questions posed by there's Chloe and Michelle. And the very first thing I want to address is if someone, I think preferably Timmy, but it could also be Zach or both, could attend their next meeting, which is October 24 at the home shell at 9 a.m.
The Thursday.
It's a Thursday. The reason that it might should be Zach is because he can review the budget. And the reason it should be Timmy is because this is really a marketing venture.
Need to go then, right? Yes.
So this is at 10 Frederick Street, 9 a.m. on October 24.
very bad. Holidays that like are seldom.
Oh,
And I'm meeting over. Oh, I'm not available either.
Over. To a different day.
We can ask Michelle, but that's the date that's set.
If we could ask them, like,
Okay,
literally,
Yeah, it's a bad week for me.
okay. But we agree that somebody on our board should be attending their next planning meeting. So maybe it's the following week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could make something probably happen.
They're trying to meet weekly.
Okay.
But I think,
I can't do the 24th or 25th that week, but I could do any other day.
okay, well, we'll work it out.
Okay.
So that, and if it's another day, I could attend as well. But I don't think we all have to. I think one of us should, so that we're kept up to date what they're doing and I'll try to help them out, support.
Do they have what our budget is? Do they know?
We need to talk about it. It's important.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
And we're just gonna use our proposed from 2024.
Well, I see them have some funds from filming, so. Because they don't have enough of a budget to do.
Sorry, you keep going back to the filming, but it's really just the reserves, right? It's the funds, whether it comes from filming or not, because you can't bank on filming.
No, I'm talking about, we already have money from filming, then this year, and then we already.
We already have money in the bank. Like, I don't know why you tie it to filming all the time. Right.
Well, because it's extra money that we weren't expecting, so.
So they're gonna come present to us if they need money, presumably.
They're gonna come and ask it for,
Yeah.
they're gonna go over budget, maybe they're gonna go over budget, and they're gonna ask for more funds. Whether the funds come from filming or the funds come from reserve is irrelevant.
Either way, they're gonna come to us and ask.
So let's just wait till they do that.
Well, I already know they're doing that.
Well, we're not giving it in advance.
So, that one, so the plan is on the Saturday, December 7th, that they will have breakfast with Santa at the Legion. And they intend to have either, horse, horses and wagon or tractor and wagon. Depending on what they can afford. And the horses this year will be $2,000. And that would be running from, I think, 3 hours in the morning. The horses go away at noon. And then the vendors come in.
Can I interrupt for a second?
Yes,
Just in keeping things short today, because people have to leave.
yes,
Do we need to go over all this stuff about what they're planning right now?
no. Just letting you know.
I mean, the only question for me is, if they want more money, I wanna hear that they're not buying presents for the kids. Or I'm not inclined to give them more money.
They're come up with a budget.
Yeah.
Well, that's why we need to attend their meeting. Somebody needs to attend the meeting.
Well, you could send them that message without attending the meeting. They could come back to us at the next meeting with their answer.
They
Or
can-
somebody can bring. They have to wait until. We're not gonna pre-approve more funds for them. We don't know what it's for.
Personally.
Okay. Maybe, now let them know. But I think that they have to book horses now. If they're gonna do horses. They have to, otherwise the horses will go somewhere else.
Right, how much was their budget? For the Christmas in the Village? Was that not, is that not usually the first thing that's done?
It's a net of $900.
Right, but what's their contracted services?
Sorry, they're,
2,000 for the horses,
No, but I mean, it's net, but what's their,
vendor and.
what's their, the rest of it?
so we allowed 1,600 for horses.
Yeah.
And it's 2,000, but they have many more expenses. That they wish to,
Well,
they want musicians and,
they should have come back today with the ask. It's unfortunate, but we can't just go and double their budget with no clue what they're spending it.
well, I don't wanna put off people that are willing to.
It's not putting off cat, like, we won't wanna work with them, but they gotta work with us too. Like, they can't go run around and spend BIA money without any accountability.
They haven't got a budget yet. They're still investigating costs. And if we're telling them that right now they're working, and this is my next point, is they put out a sponsorship letter. So some of our businesses have already received this in paper.
Right, so we don't know how much money they're bringing in, like, maybe they've covered their costs with the sponsorships.
And they won't know until it's too late to book. To book horses or whatever they wanna pay for.
If we're just talking about the horses, my feeling is that people have come to expect that's part of Christmas in the Village in Millbrook is that they have.
Right.
Right,
I
so,
100% agree. They showed up today and said, we need $2,000 to cover the horses. I don't think anybody here would say no. But there's no ask in front of us.
What do you want me to tell them? That they have to
They gotta come back, like, they gotta
come back.
come back. Our next meeting's in 2 weeks, right? Essentially.
Talk 2 weeks before the event. And at that point, they want everything, fixed as to what they're doing, so I don't know, I
That
don't,
doesn't sound like a terrible ask to me.
I'm not clear what they're actually asking for. They're asking for 2,000 for the horses is what you think they're asking for?
No, I think that they're probably going to not have the horses.
Okay.
Then we can't approve $2,000 for horses if they're not gonna have horses.
I want $2,000 to buy presents.
Then it's a no.
No. I mean, that seems a little like they're sliding it in under horses.
The horses are 2,000.
Yeah, they are, but they don't actually want horses, they want to spend $2,000. Crappy presents.
And they haven't made any decisions yet. Hence the meeting on
They're
October 24th.
Yeah.
The hard part is like, I want to submit, I want to have that some sort of proposal to say, this is what I.
What's going
Want
on?
the money
Well,
for,
they
yeah.
came to us with a proposal. And they knew to come back. We told them to come back to this meeting when they had a budget. If they needed more money.
If it's something urgent, can we not do this via email? If we had to, like if
Yeah, we have
they
something.
send something next week and we need to decide right away, can we not do?
Like, it's just
an email
about,
chain?
it totally, like, it's just about accountability. Right?
Yeah.
Like, if you're gonna overspend, then give us the heads up first. And what it's for.
Yeah, I mean, I would have questions. If they come up with an ask, I wanna know what they're doing with the money they have.
Not one check.
From what I've heard, they've got some very grand plans,
Yes,
but they still have to work within a budget.
Yeah. I mean, the budget can be malleable, it just has to be justified.
And if they can get enough vendors and sponsors to cover all these extras that they want to do, then that's fabulous.
Right, I mean, they wanna do the whatever tractor wagon in the morning when they do the Santa. Breakfast with Santa,
So it's,
so it's separated sort of from the afternoon.
I think this highlights a point when we talk about our,
Like I couldn't hear a lot of what they were saying,
Yeah.
breaking up.
I think that this kind of highlights, when we do have these, we need a board member to sit on,
Mhm.
to bring back the actual
Mhm.
representative. It's great, love their enthusiasm, I think they have fantastic ideas, I think we don't want to be the Grinch here. But there has to be better liaison.
And it just. That I know they're talking about doing the tractor wagon at 9:30 is that when the street will close down?
Probably this, well. I think so. I don't know. I'm
So
not.
I'm thinking,
Yeah,
presumably the street would have to close down like at 8 in the morning.
probably.
So either they have to come to the next meeting or somebody from this committee's gotta bring back what they're doing. at the next meeting.
That's where I started. Can somebody go to their meeting on?
I just
October
emailed her
24th.
and told her that none of us are available to go on the 24th. I told her when I'm available and we'll wait and see what they say.
I sincerely apologize. Can you go on?
Bye, Zach.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thanks.
We can carry.
Yes, you too, Lance. Take care.
Thank you, Zach.
No worries. See everybody later.
Bye.
So. You're emailing Chloe?
Sure you
I
did.
just emailed
Yeah.
Michelle and Chloe.
Both of them, okay. So every meeting that they have going forward, I think it's important that one of us sits in on that meeting. Is where I started. So we gotta, their next meeting has to be adjusted so one of us can go.
You should get that email as well. It's
Okay.
your CC on it.
And I'm happy to, I just couldn't go that day.
Yeah, I just said no one can go.
All right, now, the other thing is the zigzag trees. They have been working with Chris Allison to put up banners
Oops.
Chloe and Michelle. So I presume they're taking down the banners that are the ones we have now, which are the Legion ones, I can call them that. Or if they get replaced with, they're proposing to put Christmas in the Village banners up there. And where's that coming money for? I don't know.
Those banners are not cheap.
No. No. So. So I
Buying
don't know where that they're coming from or what I have no idea. But what they needed to know is whether the zigzag trees are going up because that has a bearing on where they put the banners.
Zigzag trees don't interfere with the banner.
I don't think they do either. It's still
Are they
the
above
question.
where the banner would go?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have $1,000 in our budget under and maintenance, which we think is for the zigzag trees to go up. What we need is somebody to find an electrician that will put them up and take them down for $1,000. Otherwise, we decide we're not going to be bothered putting them up. We didn't last year because we
got a lot of complaints.
had a lot of complaints about them.
That they weren't.
They weren't up. And then the year before, we had complaints because they didn't come down. Yeah. So,
So is there no one at the township that can,
no,
It doesn't have a bucket truck.
Nexicom has a bucket truck?
Yes.
They do.
And they have electricians.
Jimmy, you want to take that one on with Mexico?
We talked
can
about that
ask.
with Brittany,
Yeah,
like back in the spring, I think.
I think we talked about it. I can run it past her again.
And maybe they do it for free and then
Or is it
Then we have-
problem falls?
an extra $1,000 to.
To fix our budget deficit next year.
Fix it.
No. Crappy.
So the answer is yes, we're putting the zigzag trees up.
Yes.
I think the answer is we want to put this thing, so we just have to figure out how to make it happen.
Yeah, and when does it happen?
Dictated by whoever we can find to put them on. But we need to get them up before December. So at least
Well,
mid to late, like late,
like December 1,
yeah, like not now. Like late November.
before Christmas.
After.
Obviously after
So late November, maybe.
late November.
And then they get flicked on at 5 o'clock. When the lighting of the tree ceremony happens. Which is part of their proposal. All right, the Eventbrite, that's too bad Bridget's gone. They wanted to know if we need to grant them authority to have access to the event.
Yes. One of them. It doesn't give them authority, it just gives them notification every time a vendor. Confirms,
So take your name off. Right now, your name is,
doesn't matter, you can have multiple people on an event, right?
okay,
I'm happy to come off though, but it doesn't matter,
okay,
but they just asked Bridget.
well. They've got it all worked out with Bridget,
Great.
according to them,
Okay,
but they're wondering whether we have to,
we have to do nothing,
we don't have to motion or anything like that to give them authority because they're not sitting on the board, it's,
think so.
okay, fine, then. Let's not worry about that. Questions about Kawartha now and Karen Graham, that's fine, I gave them the information.
Are we back into the details section of this thing?
I'm just wondering if there's anything, there are some things that I've already answered, and there are other things that I said I'd bring to the board. I think I brought everything to the board.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna attend their meetings. Thanks.
Yeah. They have very exciting plans and I'm super stoked about their enthusiasm.
You don't wanna crush it.
No,
They just need to have some operating parameters.
and then.
No Christmas elephants.
Yeah.
AGM.
I think we're gonna have to ask you the question, Ryan, about the AGM. The AGM is planned for November 28th, as per the minutes of our last meeting. Venue to be determined.
No.
We now know it's set Zach's, okay, but as of our last minutes, it's venue to be determined. We have determined that the venue will be Mill Valley. My concern is, does council require us to have had the AGM prior to the budget being submitted to council?
No, the budget has to be, because there's 3 different budget
That's what I'm hoping.
meetings.
So
So
there's
the
no.
first one is a preliminary draft.
Okay.
As long as we've presented it before it goes to the final, then we're fine.
That's what I was hoping. Thanks. Okay. Then that's done. Get your spook on, Timmy.
We already talked about it.
Done, okay. And checklist for 2025 events to comply with health, fire and insurance requirements. I think
You already
we're
brought that.
going to have to defer that to the next meeting. I've been advised that this is not the job of, we cannot go to the clerk and ask for, what do we have to do? That's not her job. We as an organization have to put together the checklist.
But we don't know what we don't know.
I mean, we have to put together the checklist
Yeah.
with health requirements and fire requirements.
Yeah,
The things that we don't
Yeah.
know.
we have to, it's not Cindy's job.
It's his job, but
No.
Bridget can help us with that. Because Bridget has the list already, like because she just did events, so there is. At least the zygote of a list that we can build upon. You know, it'll contain township components and it'll contain BIA specific components.
So Bridget's not here,
So
so we're going to defer this until next meeting.
those who are not here get assigned tasks.
Motion.
You need to be able to hand that to people, like Michelle, and Chloe, and here's what you have to do.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah.
that's fair, like there has to be at least some form of a check. You know, and a lot of it will be internal to us, some of it will be external to. You know, things like road closures and stuff like that.
Right.
So we just have to combine that one.
And with respect to insurance, we should be investigating companies, and I know they exist, that can give one-off insurance to vendors that don't already have it for the particular, at a reasonable cost.
Why are we investigating?
Yeah, what-
Why are vendors not figuring
Yeah,
this out?
we do that.
Because they have to do it for any event they go to.
Like there's Intact and there's March, like that's insurance business, not our business.
Like I know at Fourth Line, we have coverage that if we go to an event, we are covered through our insurance to attend.
Yeah, but a lot of our vendors are do it at home businesses and they just.
So it should be an extension of.
Sure, they do.
Up on that.
Are you sure?
Absolutely, we should.
They're supposed to.
Yeah,
And I know that some home insurance.
yes. Anyway, Janet Crawford is telling me that she does a lot of events. And there's a specific insurance company that offers inexpensive insurance to people who don't already have what is required.
If we happen to know this information, we can pass it on, that's great, but I don't think we should be taking the time to find this out, to provide this to vendors, like vendors need to be making sure they're insured on their own, it's not our job to make sure they're
Well,
insured.
they gotta check that mark when they register.
They need to call their
That mark
insurance
wasn't
company,
actually
say,
there. It was fire compliance.
But that's part of the checklist.
Yeah. And I think the requirement is that they actually provide through the upload a certificate of insurance on the Eventbrite.
No, I think you could make that option, but I think you could also just have them check a button and have it available upon request once they arrive. Whichever's more convenient, but
I will speak,
but getting vendors insurance is not our problem. And nor should we make it our problem.
I
No.
agree with that.
and
but-
if we suggest something and then it goes bad, then they come back on us, so I'd rather just wash my hands of that completely and,
Mhm.
you know. Them-
It's true,
not-
they can, this is what I'm being told, is that we are personally liable, can be personally liable if they're not insured, so it's up to us to make sure that they're insured, and we're supposed to have a.
Yeah.
We get that, but,
Personally liable. Town has the deep pocket. No one's gonna come after us.
right, and it's the town that wants
That's
the
like-
certificate insurance, naming the township of Cavan as.
And the insurance wants to make that happen, like they haven't asked for that.
Yes, they have.
Oh, they want people to show their,
Yes.
to do it.
Right.
But they're not asking for proof that.
Application that you've done.
Yeah.
People need to check more, but you don't have to show.
You should. We can make everybody upload their insurance forms if that's full piece.
That's what's being recommended, yeah.
I print or mine off and take it wherever I go.
Like most vendors are used to it.
Yeah.
Like you think about the farmer's market, they don't have the ability. to. So they have to have insurance. If we're out there policing insurance, then we're never gonna get any. No, you wanna get them insurance.
Well,
I don't wanna do either.
Yeah,
well, that's a conversation that I'll have to have with the clerk again. Because, I mean, what is the expectation here?
the expectation is
now,
that the
the
vendors have
expectation-
insurance.
And provide us with a certificate naming the township as insured.
But isn't that the attestation?
I mean,
No, it's not on the application, no.
But they don't do the check mark?
I thought that's why we created the 17 pages you gotta scroll through before you get to the end. And click yes, and by clicking yes, you've acknowledged that you have your insurance.
On the application for the fall festival, it wasn't there. The attestation was for fire.
We can't just keep flipping these things back and forth. We have to have, that's part of our checklist is we have the proper form.
Right, which is on the Eventbrite. And I think for ladies' night, there were questions, well, where do we upload our certificate of insurance? Because it was requesting that, and then for the fall festival, I didn't see that on the application.
And then then it's on us to be consistent.
Right.
Like, we know what we need to ask for, we'll know better when we have our checklist.
We didn't get any requests for ladies' night for that. From Eventbrite stuff.
I got an email from Century 21 where,
Oh.
yeah, and they wanted to know where they had to,
Oh,
because they have it.
yeah,
The people that don't have it didn't ask,
right.
right? Or they
Yeah,
just
because we didn't
ignored
get
it.
any requests
I
through Eventbrite.
I guarantee you that there,
Mm.
no one except them actually had a certificate naming the township.
I
Right.
think if anyone asks us about it, we say, go to your home insurance and talk to them
Yeah,
and leave it.
yeah, insurance is I'm not an expert on insurance. I don't know if you're covered by home insurance, what you need to have. I don't know if you have to call your home insurer and get the township listed for the day, like, I don't know how that works.
It's a quagmire, I don't think we.
No, no. I know with ours for fourth line, like Lindy will make a call and say, you know, we got a tent down at ladies' night for
Right,
fourth line and let them know. I'm like, okay,
Mhm.
But Fourth Line is a proper organization. Somebody's selling Scentsy from their home.
Well, they.
but it's no different.
Because if they're going to multiple events, like.
Yeah.
Like, we're this big, right? If they're going to like bigger events, they'll definitely have more policing or
Oh, for sure.
higher policies and things like that. But if we want to get into it, for sure,
It's
like,
no
if we want to
different.
create a forum, they have to upload, let them upload it.
It's no different than Century 21 or who have, like, for fourth line, like, we insure our properties that we use.
Mhm.
And it's just the same as your homeowner's insurance, making an extension to go downtown to set up a booth. So
Absolutely.
I would say the first step would be for people just to call their homeowner's insurance and see if their homeowner's insurance will do it, and if not, they need to investigate this themselves. I'm like done with hand holding, like I can't hold any more hands, like I got no
Exactly.
hands left to give out to hold right now. A little impatient.
We are losing vendors over insurance and fire requirements. And
Why
But
would
we
you?
can't, we can't do anything about
we
it.
can't do anything about it, I agree. And I don't want to police insurance, absolutely not. But here we are with Christmas in the Village coming, they're gonna have all these vendors. And so we want to make sure that the insurance requirements are incorporated into the Eventbrite application.
Yep,
They
that's
they were
fine.
supposed to do that like weeks ago, or they, like, when they first met us, we said, get your thing going now.
it is on Eventbrite.
It is, okay.
I don't think it's running live yet, but it is there. They have done it all.
Okay, good.
So the insurance requirements, they did tell me they've been working with Bridget, so.
That's-
So maybe the insurance requirements are there. And
We just fit.
it's not our problem anymore. If it's there. But I'm still gonna have a conversation with Cindy. Really, do we need to see these certificates? Or
What do you think she's gonna say? She's not gonna tell you no. Right? Honey? She's probably watching. That's why I said it. Right, as a, it's like talking to a lawyer can't tell you.
That's
They can
so
only,
true.
they can only tell you the absolute.
So the certification on the application should read that
Can we just go check it
we'll
when we get a
we'll
chance?
check
Because
it.
I'm kind of tired of the subject.
At the bottom. Talk about
A check.
a checklist that this is part of the insurance requirement at the next meeting.
Okay.
And associate membership, we have no new applications. And then we need a motion to receive all reports.
I'll move it.
Okay,
Second,
second Timmy, correspondence, none, adjournment. 9:54, Ryan.
I will move the adjournment.
Second or adjourned.
Favor. Here's the minutes to sign.